much. Joining us now is former UAW spokesperson Brian Rothenberg. So the union is saying, if I have it right, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, 15 years ago, the union workers conceded a whole lot to the big three automakers to keep them afloat. They said, OK, we will give you back a lot of these things that we had in our contracts, a lot of promises we had, health care, et cetera, in our contracts, in order to make sure that you still survive. Now, 15 years later, after record profits, the union is saying, well, we want a piece of that. We feel like we should be rewarded for working, number one, and for two, supporting the companies when they needed it most.
Absolutely, and you know what happened is when the downturn happened, when the bankruptcy happens, and they had to come out of bankruptcy during the 2011 negotiations under former President Bob King. There were a lot of concessions. That's where two-tier came from. That's where they had
two-tier saying that basically the veteran auto workers, union workers, were making what, $28 an hour, and then the newcomers were coming in at 15.
At 15. And when I started at the UAW as spokesperson, I was there 8 years, that was like, there was no path. You were at that $15, increment, and you had no way to get to $28. In the 2015 contract, it started to inch up, and there was a path for those people who were full-time workers to be able to get up to the same wage as those other workers that had been pre-2008. And then in the 29 contract, they had a grow-in period that created an opportunity even for most temps, not all, to be able to move into a full-time pay, but that would take 7 years. So these are a lot of old wounds that they're trying to work through.
And Shawn Fain, the current UAW president, first democratically elected, is the first one who's been super combative. I mean, he's got a populist argument. He's going out to those CEOs saying, you make a ton of money. You got 40% wage increases. We should get that. Now they're asking for 36%, not 40%. But there's also the note that with all these record profits, you have stock buybacks for at least two of the major companies. GM, $3.3 billion. Ford, $484 million. Stellantis just announced their first buyback of $1.6 billion to be bought back this year. They do argue that a lot of the money that they need right now has to go to development. They have to compete with Tesla and other electric vehicle makers. The technology is rapid, and it's going to cost a lot of money to stay in front of that. But the workers are going to look at that and say, "Hey, listen, that's also just padding a lot of your wallets, the shareholders. What about us?"
The profits, Katie, definitely show that they're doing things in a profitable way. And yes, the situation here is one in which they're already moving, because this has been such a public negotiation. It was always going to be a better pay, better situation in terms of closing that gap. The question is, because of this profit, if there's ever a time to really catch up, it would be right now.
Yeah.
Now, the difference that you're seeing right now is that the Fain administration is bargaining publicly, and that's kind of a new bargaining type of strategy. The Teamsters did it too. And so, it's like when you have a pot of soup and it boils early, you got to keep it from boiling over, and both the companies started responding the same way and bargaining publicly. So it sounds more heated. That stuff always went on behind the scenes at the table. We're just seeing it now, and you're seeing how that soup and all the ingredients are coming in there.
Where do you think the automakers can make concessions?
So I think the automakers are going to, no matter what, make concessions on the grow-in period. They're going to have to. Right now, I think Ford has already gone down a couple years, but I think they're probably going to make even more concessions there. The question on COLA, because of the way inflation works, is are they going to do it by a formula or a one-time thing? Mm-hmm. The sticking points that are going to be hard are going to a traditional pension plan, which absolutely, I totally think the brothers and sisters that work in these plants are really suffering compared to people pre-2008 when it comes to retirement. I think they might put more money into it. I don't know that they're going to go to a defined benefit retirement system. The 32-hour work week is aspirational. I mean, that's kind of what Walter Reuther did. It's what the UAW always has done, is try to lead. If it doesn't happen now, you don't know when it'll happen. But, you know, Walter Reuther came up with profit sharing, and people laughed at him, and now people get profit sharing at companies like the UAW.